Hey guys, what's up? It's Schla, coming back to ya with another episode of Car Rides Wit SLA. And I don't know, you guys could tell that the past couple episodes I was really trying to stay in an upbeat mood. And I've still been trying to do that, but things have just not. I mean, it's hard to say because I want to keep my head up. I want to stay positive, and it's true that there's so much for me to be grateful for, but I don't know, and it's hard too because I can't actually explain what I'm going through because I don't want to do that, and that happens a lot. A lot of times I feel like I keep my mouth shut because I care, and I care about not hurting the other person's feelings, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's like one of those things where, it's like a fight right now just to stay positive and all. Like, I mean, just don't think it should be like that. I don't think there should be people in my life weighing me down that far. And I'm hoping that this episode is going to be some way to put a positive swing on it. But I'm not sure that that's really going to happen. I don't know. Like being, talking and stuff. I mean, I wanna be able to switch and be happy, but it's gonna be crazy when I get home. As usual. And to keep being put through this, I don't even know what to call it at this point, because it's not the first time, and it's documented. It's documented what I'm being put through. I just don't. I try. I'm trying to keep it like it's not something I can talk about. But when you're wounded this badly, it's and you know that it's just more of the same old. Like, I just can't. I don't know. Don't know how else to respond. Like, I have this show. I need to keep my show going. I'd love to continue to put good vibes out there, but man, like some things, it's like you really have to fight. Like, I'd really have to force right now just to, like, it like hurts. It hurts to try to force positivity right now. And yeah, it's crazy. I mean, I'm resilient. I really hold up through a lot. I've been holding up through a lot. And you guys have seen me even, put on a smile and put on a smirk for the show. Like, I really, really am resilient. I'm all about good vibes and things like that. My life's good. I just have to remind myself it's all good. I need to stop worrying about things, I wonder what I could even talk about, because I'm very frazzled, and I don't even remember what I was talking about this morning. I don't remember what I was talking about yesterday right now because of how frazzled I am. I mean, yeah, it's just like one of those days. Probably should have just skipped it. Probably should have skipped, it could be one of the closest times to actually skipping, I think. I'm just at my wit's end, and I don't know what to do anymore. When you've tried so hard, when you're doing so well, and yet it's still not enough, you know? I guess I have to be better. It's always what it comes down to, because if I'm the only person who can do it, then I just have to improve. I have to be the positive one. I have to be the strong one. It's always just been like that, you know? Like, but I don't want to think like that anymore. I mean, there's a lot of redeeming things about my past. And that's it's important to be grateful that I'm here. There's so much to be happy about still, even through it all. There's a lot of joy. I can't be ungrateful. The life I've been given may be complicated. The things that I go through may be a certain way, but I want to work on being calm and being able to handle things very well. It's an important skill, and I can't blame anybody else for that. It's important to be strong. And I think it's important to know life. I do. It's very important to know life. And the gifts that I've been given and all that stuff, you just have to think. You have to focus on the good things, how much worse things could be for me. Because they really could be. They could be so much worse. But things have been good. My life's been good. The best is yet to come. I mean, hey, what do I say on the podcast all the time, right? Like, when I was a teenager, I don't know. Like, I never thought I'd make it this far in life. I seriously didn't. And I'm glad that I did, and I would have lived so much differently if I had known. So I always remind myself of that now, is even with what I've been going through, is, man, just try to be happy. Just to have moments still. That even just experiencing life, it's a gift. And it's being upset it's kind of taking things for granted. I need to learn to be strong and to persevere. But I'm fortunate. I'm very fortunate. We just gotta, I'm fortunate. I've been incredibly fortunate. I think, especially given the circumstance, I'm more fortunate than a lot of people. I've been given such good gifts. At the end of the day, would I even want to be in anybody else's shoes right now? Probably not. Is that something a lot of people can say about themselves? Sure, it would be nice to be in a richer person's shoes. Everybody kind of wants to be a trust fund baby. But I don't know. I think I've gotten to the point in the past year where You finally get comfortable under your own skin. You finally get to that point where you're at peace with yourself. There's still some things I'm not at peace with. My inability to keep my room orderly. My lack of being able to really get into lifting weights. I really want to do that. It's been something I've wanted to get into for a few years now and just never really did. But I think it's changing. You know, like there's growing pains. But you know what? Maybe there doesn't even need to be any growing pains. Things could very well be looking up. I think things could be looking up. I think they have been and they are. It's a fight. But I have to try to remember that I'm still in control. And no matter what happens, it's all going to work out. Just have to keep telling yourself that, I guess. It's important. It's very important. Sorry, I don't know. I feel like I'm still kind of spiraling into negative thoughts. I was just having a bunch of thoughts about, oh, I wish I would have tried harder to, be on a more positive track sooner. And then I'm realizing, nope, that's still doing that same thing that I do, thinking about the past. Nope. Like, it's not valuable right now. I have a good present. Just leave it at that, Just leave it there. Not much else to be said about it. Yeah, I mean, it's just bad. Sorry, there's traffic, and I'm like, I'm thinking about what I'm dealing with. I'm still thinking about it, and it's just very difficult to speak right now, And of course but you know what? Like to that point that there happens to be traffic today, I'm just going to let it go. It's obviously just meant to be that way, and I can't change that. There's no reason to react negatively. It's okay. I have more time to speak on the podcast. It'll make up for that silence. It's interesting to think about all the different journeys people have through life. All the different things that people go through. the different perspectives and opinions that we acquire. Some people adhere more to facts, other people just have certain ways they feel about things and they let that override. But maybe we all do that to some extent, really. You know, I can't say I'm immune, but I've always given people benefit of the doubt. I've always tried to see where they're coming from. And it's an important thing. I think it matters a lot. I do. And I'm sure there's other people like that too. As much as there's doom and gloom about society in the future and all that, I think there's people. There's people alive. That's what I'm saying. I think there's still humans out there. You may not see it the way I do, but I have a suspicion that there's humans out there. I have that suspicion. I don't know, do you guys ever see any? It's like, man, oh my gosh, my brain. It's so hard to transmute. You know, some of the things that get cast your way are easy. Some things are dark. You know, there's levels to transmutation, and I guess well, I shouldn't say that. I am very good when it comes to transmutation. I think I'm trying right now, but it's such an important skill to have, and I think like I said, I let other people affect me, and it really hurts. And I probably just need to be more independent. You know, like I'm caring enough, but it's just how I am. I mean, but then I expect that from other people because it's how I roll. Yeah, it's just, wow. I mean, how do you do that? I think even what I'm doing already, I mean, it doesn't feel impressive, but I have a feeling other people wouldn't. Like I'm like talking over my head. You know, there's so many things I like need to get off my chest right now. And I'm just not. I'm just trying to like talk about nothing over top of it all, and then it keeps like striking back, like it keeps finagling its way back into my mind, and it's just very like, okay, you know, it's like I tried like talking about if you guys had seen humans or not, but then like the voice just comes back, you know, and it's like you're trying to transmute energy, and it's difficult to work with sometimes. It's very difficult. And it's hard to escape the body when the body's hurt. And that's when you'd want to be able to escape. I guess that's one of the conundrums of humanity is we always slip away when we're happy. The happy moments are never long enough, and then when you're sad and you need to transmute and you need to dissociate, it's harder to leave. But a skill like that would be a superpower, although I'm realizing that's actually, maybe that's not, that's maybe that wouldn't be a good thing. Because if you could do that, if you could just dissociate anytime there's like a conflict, I think that's a huge disservice to the other person, because then you're not doing any reflection, and then they're going to expect a response, I'd assume, and then it's like you're just not going to have anything because you dissociated. So yeah, I mean I'm saying it's a superpower, but it's probably a selfish superpower, and I don't want to sound like a bad person saying it was a superpower. It's just, I guess, from me and my POV, to me it's like, wow, like if I could just let go, that would just be amazing, because I never can, you know? And so it's just yeah, I don't know. But it's okay. Like I said, I think I have to acknowledge the good. It's what I have to do. We are good. Everything's good. It's okay. So that is the conundrum with that morally. But I actually think that's what a lot of people do, because I've encountered it a lot. When I talk to people, they'll be in a bad mood because they're avoiding confronting something that they're stressed about. So I don't really understand that, because for me, I usually just push to talk about it. You know, I mean, I don't usually keep things secret. Or if I am upset about needing to talk to someone about something and I'm a little bit anxious to do it, I communicate about it. But a lot of times people are very mysterious, and I've seen it before, you know? So I'm usually pretty transparent, though. I think it's obviously quite the important trait, right? Transparency. But it hasn't been helpful. It really has, because what ends up happening is I'm ready to get through stuff, and I feel like I'm always waiting, because other people, they're upset with you, but like they don't really want to talk about it. They don't really want to deal with it. For me, I just do. Like, I just want to get stuff over with. It's like, yeah, I mean, you know, we have a difficult conversation. Okay, let's do it. I guess for a lot of people, it's not like that. I guess for a lot of people, it's just so difficult for them to process and to actually talk to the person. Like I said, there's a fragility with people, and yeah, I mean, I just don't understand, you know? I guess, yeah, and it's weird because, you know, I'm called sensitive a lot, but the recent thing that I've figured is that I'm not sensitive, it's just that I communicate. So, like, I think a lot of people just kind of bottle things up, don't really think about it too much, and then just out of nowhere they decide now they're gonna, like, just explode. Or, like, a lot of people might be patient to things that maybe they shouldn't. You know, like, they, like, put up with stuff without saying anything, and then are expecting the other person. But then, you know, that's not right, because how is the other person going to know? You know what I mean? I think I'm just very good at vocalizing things, and I notice things too. We've talked about that. So I will notice something that another person may not catch. And I think that is scary for people, especially because a lot of people like to have the leg up on you. I've noticed that. People always want to have some kind of leverage, and yeah, it's just it's hard because sorry, I just keep getting the thoughts. Oh my gosh. It's hard because, man, it's just, I don't know, like, I don't know how to transmute it, I guess, because I'm in a crossroads where I'm just, like, I'm realizing, like, I shouldn't be saying the things I'm saying. They've been true for me. Like, maybe I finally figured out the whole experience argument. It's selfish, but maybe it's just true. And it's that it doesn't really matter, I guess, if experience is accurate or not, because it is the truth for the beholder. And oftentimes that's all that really you ever need to reconcile. I think I'm doing the right thing by caring about the greater good and trying to have a better comprehension of humanity at large, but it really hasn't gotten me anywhere. And maybe that's what people say. Maybe that's the whole point. Because I could be explaining myself right now, but I guess it just doesn't really matter. Like, somebody could watch this video and think, well, what's this guy talking about? I've never experienced that with other people. And then so, I mean, are my emotions invalid? I think they are to some people. Now, I guess you can see both sides of that. It is a more severe stance to take. And it's difficult because all humans feel like they're valid, and it doesn't really matter how incorrect they are. That's another thing. I shouldn't be projecting that, but yeah, I mean, it's very, I think, like, at this point it's just one of those things where you're gonna have to start fresh tomorrow. There's not much else to, like, transmute. It's like, you already kind of blew it, dude. Like, you gotta try better next time, or something. It's just very, like, see, I'm trying to keep things light. I'm trying to keep things as light as possible. Light is always good. I usually make things heavy, and I mean, I try to make it heavy in a rational way, but like I said, I mean, that's kind of the whole ignorance thing and the subjective thing is, like, I don't know anybody who cares about humanity as much as me. I mean, my generation is filled with a bunch of people who are, like, antisocial. And see, this is the same thing, though. There's so much negative perception, and the truth is it doesn't, again, it might not even be relevant to me. Like, I'm trying to piece together why, because I know statistics are correct. Like, you're not smart for ignoring them. You're not. And I don't really know anybody who can comprehend them properly, but I'm trying to figure out, thinking the way the law of attraction states this, rationalizing the way that the law of attraction states reality is, with humans' natural inclination to be subjective. I think there's something to that. Because it's possible that if as a being we were really meant to study statistics, we would. And it kind of goes back into my theory about how there is a grave inequality at work, but it may be a part of this system, and that may be how things work. Like, it may be the case that negativity just breeds negativity, and then over time, I mean, we're seeing that paramount right now. I feel like a lot of people are pointing out that we're living in a post-truth society where things are pretty unfair. You have like a few people who are doing really, really well. We've talked about this before. We've talked about this so many times. You have a few people who are doing so well. Like, they're doing great. Their lives are great. Their lives are better than anybody's lives have ever been. And then you have so many more souls on this planet, so many more, larger quantity of humans who are experiencing a lot of pain. But remember, it's back to the subjective thing, because it is subjective in the sense of developed modern society is actually materially better than ever. We do have it good. We still have it better than people in the past. It's just our mental state has a hard time adjusting to it. Right? That's kind of the whole problem. It's the mental state is the main issue. Like, people because it's still, like, things are bad, inequality is bad, but it was just in the 1800s that things were probably like inequality was worse. I'm pretty sure. I'm not certain, but even if inequality wasn't worse, the quality of life was horrible. It was terrible, And I'm not saying this to cope, because, like, yes, life in the especially the mid to late 1900s was pretty great, and we should deserve that. I shouldn't be saying, but that is the truth. Like, life in the 2020s, we're still good. I don't know. Like, it is stressful and there are problems, but I don't know. Maybe some people would be happier in the 1800s. Things were definitely, like, simpler. I don't even think people think about that enough. I haven't. Imagine how simple it is to, like, just work. Even though it was horrible, probably. It was, like, horrible work. Like, you really had to exert yourself, like chopping wood or something like that. It was hard work. It was terrible. You probably, like, barely had anything to eat. But it would have been so simple. You know what I mean? Like, there was never stress. You were never going to own land. You were never going to own a car. You were never going to... Right? Like, that's what I'm saying. Part of my anxiety was always something would happen to my car. Now I'm not going to think that anymore, because there's just, like I said, there's no reason to. I always get so paranoid about that stuff, but it's like, there's no reason to. But the whole point is, back then, things were a lot worse, but you literally had nothing to worry about. Like, nothing could happen where you just have a surprise bill and then your life's ruined in debt. Although on the other hand, maybe you just lose a limb or something. So, again, modern society still kind of wins. And it is irrelevant. I think it's relevant to point out that we still have things, like, pretty good now. I know things are getting tight. I know things are getting rough. Whoa. Sorry, this guy just really... Sorry, I was just, like, really thrown off by that. He just driving very slow, very slowly. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah, you gotta laugh, I'm glad people are good drivers. Like, I'm happy that America has such good drivers. And it's not even sarcasm. It's just, I don't know. But you have to laugh at those. It's funny, right? It's funny when stuff like that happens. It's not a big deal. Yeah, I'm getting home an entire minute late, and you see what I'm saying? It's just funny. Like, I don't know, because I bet some people would get mad at that. And I'm just trying to, in every little way I can transmute, just try to look at the bright side. And I think that was a good example where it's getting somewhat automatic, because I used to always think when I had to put on the brakes, I always get stressed because it's putting wear on the car, and that guy driving slow is just making me cost money, because not only is it using the brakes to put wear on the car, it's burning more fuel because I'm having to decelerate and then re-accelerate. And I know that guy doesn't care, because a lot of people they don't even know any of that. They just see, like, they're going to get upset just because I had to put the brakes on and I'm impatient. I want to get home. You see what the difference is? But notice, that was a minor thing that, like, kind of flashed in my head. But out loud, I realized, and especially as I was driving past and just looking at him and thinking about it, it was funny. It was funny to see that. And that's the kind of stuff, like, I guess you have to look at things like that in life. You have to find joy in everything. And I just have to be confident that this car is just some magic's going to happen where I'm never even going to need to get new brakes. These old brakes are always going to work or something. You see what I mean? Like, people think that. People think all kinds of irrational stuff, and it works for some people. So I want to try to combine that like energy where, I do know the stats. I know, how you should take care of a car. I know how you should be healthy, but I want to try to also combine that in a marriage within myself, combine that with the not caring people who are usually reckless, who usually make poor choices. I think the marriage of those two would be a machine. And very few people are like that. Because again, the people who got that right vibes mindset, it usually causes them to slip into poor habits and poor behaviors. But then the people with the rigidity are too rigid. And then that's a problem. And then there's stress with that. And it's about combining the two. And I've done most of the work already. I know a lot about nutrition. I know a lot about health. But I have to learn to go with the flow too. And to just completely not even care if something's unavoidable. Or like with the car and the driving thing. It's just, why this is one of my OG sayings, why bother being bothered? It's real. Like, it's a real thing, because when you analyze this stuff, you see how you can react. You don't have to react negatively to things. It's a choice. It's just difficult to see that depending on perspective, because everybody has a different perspective, and some people have worse lives, and then it's harder for them to break the pattern. And that's why I think we're at the point we're at now, where you have more people than ever on this planet, and yet a lot of people are miserable. And a lot of people are struggling, and then there's a small amount of people who are achieving a greater life than ever before. And I think it's mostly due to that power mindset. That's what it mostly has to do with. It's giving people that gift. And it just keeps compounding, generationally. So I have to try to break that pattern and transmute. That's what I have to start doing. Dream big, be bigger. That's my new saying. Dream big, but be bigger, See what I'm saying? I have to use words. I have to be here for myself, you know, like nobody is ever going to do that. That's something I heard recently, and it's real. It's it I am always just going to have to care about myself. Nobody's ever going to care about me as much as me. It's just not going to happen. And look, I mean, that's not, hey, that's those vibes aren't great. Those vibe that vibe's kind of, because I don't want to put that out there. Like I do want someone to care for me. Like someone will. Someone people care about me more than I care about myself. You know, people do. But I'm saying, but see, then that now that sounded a little bit negative, because now it's saying I don't care about myself that much. Other people care about me more. That's not what I'm trying to say. I'm saying my bar is high, but other people's bar is that much higher. You know what I'm saying? Man, this episode's crazy. You guys saw like but it was intentional. So so I have that car. I'm not crazy. I'm not insane. It was, I was trying to do this like emotional switching stuff, and I'm pretty impressed that I got to where I'm at, even though, you know, obviously things in the back of my mind are still a little bit iffy. We really fought to like get here, and I think that is super important. Like that is impressive to me. And I have to use words. I have to say, that's always the key, is just saying funny words. It's therapeutic. It's healing. It's why I always have to come onto the mic, because you already know if I didn't come on the mic, I'd be feeling worse. It just took me a while. It's a war. It is a war. I'm always saying, I mean, I said it before, it's one of the titles or something. Every day is a war or something like that was one of the titles or something. I don't know what I'm on with that. But yeah. I mean, like this is life. This is absolutely life. But all I have to say is it's been schla, and now it's time to buy schla. So, see you schla.